Good afternoon and welcome to Committee on Aging. At this time, we ask you could please place phones on vibrate or silent mode. Thank you, Chair. We are ready to begin.
Thank you so much, and I appreciate everyone's patience as we work through some technical difficulties. Good afternoon and welcome to the first Aging Committee hearing of the new legislative session. I'm Councilmember Crystal Hudson. My pronouns are she, her, and I'm the committee chair. As chair, I look forward to building on this committee's achievements and continuing the important work of advancing age inclusivity in New York City so that older adults may age in place with dignity. To that point, today we are hearing a pre-considered introduction sponsored by Councilmember Eric Dinowitz, which would require the Department of Housing Preservation and Development, or HPD, in coordination with the Department of Finance to provide application forms pre-populated with applicant information for the Senior Citizen Rent Increase Exemption Program, also known as SCREE, to eligible Mitchell-Lama residents. It's no secret that New York City is in the midst of a worsening affordable housing crisis. This crisis hits older adults, particularly older adults of color, especially hard. According to a report from the city's Department of Finance, the escalating cost of rent and growing income inequality cause many low-income New Yorkers to pay a greater share of their income on housing, which means they have less money for other important needs. That is why it is more critical than ever to increase enrollment in both SCREE and the Disability Rent Increase Exemption, or DRE, programs. This important benefit freezes the rent of eligible older adults and renters with disabilities at the time of enrollment and provides valuable financial assistance to some of the city's most vulnerable citizens. According to the Department of Finance, as many as 155,000 households may qualify for SCREE and DRE. Approximately 61,000 households already receive these benefits, and upwards of 94,000 additional New York City residents may be eligible but are not enrolled. This suggests that the current enrollment rate is approximately 39%. As the older adult population increases, the number of households eligible for SCREE and DRE is also likely to increase. 39% is far too low in the face of skyrocketing cost of living and an accelerating eviction rate. The city needs to significantly step up its efforts to enroll eligible New Yorkers into SCREE and DRE. I appreciate that the administration has previously shared concerns on this bill, and we will continue our conversations. And I look forward to a productive discussion about the ways we can meaningfully boost enrollment in these programs. We need to think creatively about closing the enrollment gap so that we can keep our city's older adults in their homes. Older adults overwhelmingly want to age in place. SCREE and DRE help them do just that, and we should be making every effort to connect eligible households to these essential benefits. The legislation being considered today was heard last session in this committee on November 28, 2023, and all testimony from that hearing will be incorporated into the record for today's hearing. The administration is not appearing before the committee today and is instead submitting new written testimony for the record, which the committee will consider. The committee will additionally consider any new public testimony submitted up to 72 hours after the close of this hearing. Testimony may be submitted to testimony@council.nyc.gov. Thank you to my colleagues and Aging Committee members. I would also like to thank my staff, Casey Addison and Andrew Wright, and Aging Committee staff, Christopher Pepe, Chloe Rivera, Julia Haramis, and Samuel Hamid. I'd like to acknowledge we are joined here by Council members Lee, Zhuang, Salam, and Banks. I'll now turn it over to the committee counsel. And Councilmember Schulman remotely. Thank you.
Thank you, Chair. At this point, we will be turning to in-person testimony. We will first hear from James Fenton. Turn your microphone on.
Thank you. Thank you, more so. My name is James Fenton. I'm a senior staff attorney with Volunteers of Legal Service. We're here today in further support of the proposed legislation. VOLS was established in 1984, and our purpose is to leverage private attorneys to provide free legal services to low-income New Yorkers to help fill the justice gap. For over 3 decades, VOLS has assisted New York City older adults with high-quality free legal services through our dedicated staff and our network of pro bono attorneys. In just the past year, we worked on over 2,000 cases for older adults living in New York City. We provide legal assistance on a wide range of civil legal issues, including end-of-life and incapacity planning, landlord-tenant matters, access to benefits, consumer matters, and other civil legal needs. We work closely with dozens of community-based organizations working with older adults, many of the city's older adult centers and naturally occurring retirement communities. Additionally, our Benefits Law project helps older adults with their senior citizen rent increase exemption applications, and we conduct legal workshops to educate the public about these life-saving benefits. Most older adults live on fixed incomes, and the ability to freeze their shelter costs can often mean the difference between being able to age in place in the community with dignity or being at risk of experiencing homelessness. Over the past few months, we've conducted several SCREE legal clinics, including at Mitchell-Lama buildings. At some of these events, we've worked alongside the city's Department of Finance and HPD. Through all of this work, we've spoken with many older adults about the SCREE application and recertification process. As such, we are well positioned to weigh in on the proposed legislation as it pertains to this vulnerable population. We have found that many older adults are confused by the SCREE application process and recertification. They have questions on eligibility, requisite documentation, their pending applications, and of course, application denials. These individuals don't know whether their application or documentation was incomplete or whether there is a way to cure a deficient application. Moreover, many low-income older adults living in Mitchell-Lama housing are unaware that they are eligible for SCREE and do not know where or how to apply for the benefits. Our clients often do not have access to the technology which would help them to understand and engage with the SCREE application process and are therefore reliant on assistance from others. Providing eligible residents with pre-filled applications could ensure that more older adults will be able to access SCREE benefits and will, at a minimum, make more older adults aware that they are eligible. VALS recognizes New York City's efforts to better assist older adults with their SCREE applications, but there is much more that can be done to increase access to SCREE benefits and make the application process easier. The provisions contained in the proposed legislation would have a positive impact on ensuring that more older adults are aware of the program and will help the ease of filling out the application. We also believe that any administrative burden created by the bill would likely be offset by the time pre-populating the forms would save later on in the application process. We would be happy to work with council members' offices and the administration to screen people and help them with their applications. Our city's older adults' lifetime experiences and achievements are woven into the fabric of our city, and we should strive to provide them with all the support they need to remain in their communities, stay socially connected, and remain active and healthy as they age. Thank you for allowing us to submit this testimony and for supporting the needs of New York City's older adults.
Thank
Thanks
you so much, James, and we appreciate all the work that VALS does.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. At this time, we're going to call up Raul Rivera.
We don't allow tripods in the chambers. We don't allow tripods, so you can use the camera if you'd like, but we don't allow tripods. The rules of the chambers are that we do not allow tripods.
This is, I don't know how this is going to help me if I have to hold it. Well, this is what you call transparency? Council member? That's pretty despicable.
You may proceed with your testimony.
Well, I'm here today because of something that took place on Tuesday. We understand that this is the Committee for Aging, and anything that benefits our elderly, I'm for. But in particular, I'm here to speak to you, Mr. Salam. We went to your office yesterday. We would like a meeting with you. We don't want a maybe or a so-so. We hope that you're willing to sit down. We know your story.
Sir, this is not relevant to the topic of today's hearing. Do you have testimony that's
It's about
relevant?
transparency, because you say you defend people of color, right? That's what you say, right? You was here Tuesday defending people of color.
This is the Committee on Aging.
Yes, we know
So
that.
if you have
We know that, but
testimony
your
pertaining
office
to the
doesn't-
legislation that we're
Your
hearing,
office doesn't respond. You don't respond. You have my phone number. So how can we talk to you? We have to come here. That's what we have to do. What is your office good for? Can you answer that? Council member? council member. Hello, I'm speaking to you. I'm trying to speak to you. What you're doing, just wasting time? You want me to leave? That's what you want? I'm asking, you want me to leave? If you want me to leave, I'll
I've
leave.
asked if you have testimony relevant to today's
We're
topic.
trying to talk to you and to this committee and to the people that
I'm happy to speak to you after the hearing, but if you have testimony pertaining to today's topic, we are ready to hear that.
I want to talk to you, and I want to speak to Mr. Salam when you have the time, all right? Can you do that? Is that a yes? Is that a yes?
I said I would speak with you after the hearing. If you don't
Okay.
have testimony
Will do.
pertaining to today's topic,
We'll be right here.
Thank you. At this time, if there's anyone else in the room who would wish to speak, please fill out an appearance card with the Sergeant at Arms. Make your way up. Seeing none, moving to virtual testimony. Seeing none on Zoom, moving back to the chair.
this hearing is now adjourned. Thank you.